Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi, hello, how are my lovelies, my wonderfuls, my beauties? Okay, let's get out some scorching hot bubbling tea, some petty tea, very petty. And if you like it cold, just hold the ice. The ICE, yeah, you know why. But okay. Let's begin. And oh, do not forget because, yeah, I posted more this morning. And happy spring. We're still at the beginning of this spring. Yeah, it's interesting because I'm doing spring cleaning emotionally, physically, and then business wise. I have databases where now I'm just like, okay, let's clean this up. Let's make a whole new database where everything can be organized, put in their right place, and or let's see what I need to delete or what new things I need to add. And I'm going to be talking about this on the other channel because I'm going to be doing an episode on which money transaction machine I'm going to need. Websites and platforms should I look at? Because right now I think I found about 4 or 5, and I know it's location, 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 everything like that. If you're new, as the handicapable Black woman, I look at politics, dating nightmares, job nightmares, and trying to start a business, writing my books, my novels, and everything, just being a creative, full. And then my life experiences, and back to politics, and true crime, and yeah, with Patreon, you're going to see a lot of the screenshots, a lot of evidence of what I'm talking about. And a lot of people who try to say racism is over. Haha, baby, you're ignorant, naive, or stupid, or gullible, one, or poorly educated, one of them. But yeah, I have the proof that shows otherwise. So yeah, and just know I have, like, some of them are for free. I'm gonna add more free, but yeah. But then I have $2, $4, and I'm gonna have some that are gonna be more $6 and $8. But I don't have that yet, so I don't need to offer that yet. Anyway, yeah, this one is a true crime one. And something I'm seeing a pattern, and it's frustrating. And as a progressive, as a liberal, as a Democrat, and everything, it's like I keep promoting and cheering on raising the minimum wage, getting things to $15 to $20 an hour, because, like, over a year ago, I did an interview with this really amazing author. She wrote a book about the real estate, especially real estate within, like, the different demographics and communities. And she talks about the racism within real estate till this day, because we may not have quote unquote redlining, but we have quote unquote redlining, because redlining and the definition has changed. Because even with my parents years and years ago, when they were trying to move, their first real estate agent, because they fired her, they got rid of her. It's like she wouldn't show them certain houses because it was in certain areas, and she didn't want them to be in those houses. So yeah, yeah, they got rid of her and replaced her with, it's like, and the next person, she was amazing, absolutely amazing. But yeah, a lot of people don't realize the racism that we still fight and have to go through and deal with. And while I say that, I am just floored and upset and disappointed. And one thing that you guys should know is, like, I've talked about the African American community a lot. And I've talked about how we're not, like, here, we're like, even though I talk about the racism and everything like that, I talk about how we need improvement. I talk about how parts of our community are destroying our community and or our reputation, and or They're like, some of our demographics are the people that colonizers, that white colonizers focus on, because they're just like, see, look at them. Look, they are the stereotype. Look, see, they are dangerous. See, look at them. Like it, they can't wait to find us on the news because yeah, Mrs. Masher, Mr. No Heart's mom. Oh, she did this all the time. If she could find a crime on the news where a black person did it, she was like, "Oh, see, this is why your people are messing up our country. See, it's you guys that need to do improvement for our country to progress." And it's like, but yeah, she said it so many times. But then when it was a white person, I remember one time there was this one crime and it was a bunch of white people that did it. I was looking right at her. She wouldn't look at me. She kept looking at the screen. And she was so quiet. She didn't want to say anything. And I'm like, no, 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 no. You say something every time as a black person. Yeah, you say, oh, even when it was a Hispanic person too. Because, yeah, it's like, I forgot what she said. But she was like, yeah, we got to, she said something like, we got to be careful of them too. This is why, though, it's like, this is why, like, the orange man is saying we need the wall, because it's like this is what they're becoming. This is what they're going to do to our country and stuff. Mm. But yeah, I need to mention though. I don't know if a lot of you guys know that after, like, with what America's doing with ICE and everything, Mexico was like, "Oh, we can do that too." And so then they started deporting the white Americans, and the white Americans didn't like it. So, would you be surprised if the white colonizing people started, like, putting graffiti and destroying and breaking glass? And yeah, you didn't hear about those stories? You need to look up those stories. Yeah, it got really interesting because it's like, oh, oh, look, like, see, like America keeps saying that, and they keep blaming the brown, but now that it's happened to white people, like, oh, this is interesting. Grab my popcorn, grab my petty tea. Mm. But one pattern that's really getting on my nerves, though, because I know once this news hits the scene with Mrs. Masher, she's just gonna use it as more evidence and more proof. And if I was still dealing with her today, she would like every time I went up there, she would try to convince me to be a Republican, and she would try to tell me that I needed to be a fan of Candace Owens. I need to listen to all of her episodes. And she would try to, like, oh, yes, save this video. See, look this up. Put it on your phone. And so I'm like, oh no, it's like, I'm looking at yours. Oh, yeah, I can save it later. But she knew after a while that I wasn't going to save it. Yeah. It's like, this is every single, yeah. And it was to a point where I would tell my ex, I'm not going back up there. And then he would gaslight me. It's like, that means you don't love me. That means you don't care about me. But now, today, now I can say you never loved me, because I invited him over to the house over 20 times. Never came, but then he blamed it on me. But yeah, I'm going to get to that in a different episode, but it's just really funny how certain white people act, and how, like, because Mr. Lakaki did this too. Because yeah, it's like, I don't know if this is white privilege. I don't know if this is male privilege. Because yeah, it's like, did black men do this? Kind of, no. See, I gotta study that now too. It's like, I'm gonna need to figure out the therapy articles, the psychology articles and stuff to figure out, is this a male thing or a white thing? I'm not, yeah. But the crime that I'm seeing, that white people like Mrs. Masher and her family, because they're all Orange Man supporters. Like, oh, my ex, he says he was a liberal. I think he was lying. I think he was like, because especially with a lot of the conservative men right now, they're lying, saying they're liberal in order to date liberal women because a lot of them want to turn them, or they say that liberal women are either more fun or engaging, or they're willing to do things that the conservative women won't do. No, but then a lot of these conservative men years ago, when in my dating standards, I say I will not date a conservative man. I will not date a Republican man. They called me a bigot. Like, oh yeah, it's like, I think I just posted that one today, or I just saw it, and I'm going to post it soon, but I'm trying to post it within the right collection. Yeah, it's like when I say I have evidence, yeah, I have heaping full of evidence of everything I'm talking about. But okay. When it comes to the crime that's becoming a pattern that's frustrating and just it's infuriating, and it keeps happening within the African American community, and one, I think, with our public schools, we need to do more communication, but it's like at the same time, I think part of the issue is our reading level. Because I think once our reading level increases, maybe we'll be a little better at communication. And the more you read, the more empathy you have, study finds. So part of me is just like, okay, we need to increase with the education and the reading and engagement, because even with our concentration levels, it's decreasing. And one reason why I refuse to do like the short clips is because I'm like, no, 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 no. It's like, I don't know. I'm not a short, like, I'll watch some for evidence and stuff, but I like the documentaries. I like things when they dig deep into the conversations, and it's like, yeah, the short. I get why the short term like content, but it's annoying because I know that it's part of the reason why our country's concentration and ability to learn and ability to listen to people is kind of getting weaker and dumber. Yeah. But with the crime, another McDonald's too. There there was a argument or fight over food, over fast food. Like, okay, because like some people are like over fast food, over, but yeah, but over food, period. It's like we shouldn't be, and this is why I say we need better communication. We need to learn and teach more communication, because the person who did it, I could say she's guilty now because she, first she pleaded innocent, and then she made a deal. Her lawyers made a deal, and so she's going to be in prison, I believe, for like 20 or 25 years over McDonald's food, over food, period, but over, like, and this is the second crime within the last, oh no, because this happened a couple years ago, but yeah, they were around the same, I think around the same time, because in East Point, Michigan, I believe was the location, at another McDonald's, there was an African American girl, she worked at the McDonald's, and she was saying how the manager had favorites and things like that. And one day, like 2 days in a row, she got let go early, and she got upset. And like I think it was like maybe the second or third day, because it kept happening. Because at first they called her in to work, and then like a couple hours later, like, okay, you can go. And she got upset, and then she returned with a weapon and eliminated her manager, like, because she went back to the location, and yeah. And then with this other crime, there were these young ladies, they're in the drive-through, and they were ordering food, and then when they got up to the window, they wanted more food, which I'm like, I didn't like, okay, I've never done that before. But then they were missing food, which I'm like, okay, maybe that makes sense, since then you are asking for more food, and like, because that's not how drive-through is supposed to, like, maybe you should have realized what you wanted at the beginning before you even got into the, yeah. But anyway, none of my business, none of my business. But then they went into the restaurant, and in some way or fashion, because everyone's story was quite different, but it like they started an argument with some of the staff, and it got pretty bad and pretty harsh, but another lady was defending the lady at the register, and like next thing you know, the argument and a fight happens, and a 19-year-old that was in the original group that I mentioned with the drive-through, she took out her weapon and yeah, eliminated the 30-year-old woman with four kids at the restaurant. And then there's two guys that were coming in, and they kind of saw what, like, just like the end of what happened. And thankfully, he grabbed the girl, like, because I believe with the weapon, she was like, one of them said that she possibly was aiming at somebody else, but yeah, it was like trying to listen to all, it was just like, wow. But yeah, he held on to her until the police came. And it was kind of crazy because one of the women they were actually trying to say arrest him too. And I'm just like, what? But yeah, I'm seeing this pattern is kind of like either as employees or customers, we're taking it too far. And then it's like you also have to remember that Chick-fil-A situation with the chicken sandwiches. And I forgot which state. I want to say, like, was it Ohio or Michigan? Like, I'll look up which state that was. But I remember people were waiting in line, and I think they were about to run out, and they only had like a couple left. And someone refused to not have the sandwich, and he eliminated somebody over a chicken sandwich. Over a chicken sandwich. Why do we keep doing this in our community, guys? Okay? It's like with our demographic, it's like this is what the colonizers want us to do. Because they want to keep saying that we're dangerous. They want to keep stereotyping us. They keep wanting to say that we don't know any better and we don't know how to control ourselves. And it's like with the Second Amendment, like, come on, guys. Come on. Because part of me is like, why were you taking a weapon inside of a McDonald's to begin with? And I know some people were like putting them down over what they were wearing, and I'm like, hey, I don't even care. Like, was I surprised? Yeah, because I'm just like, what are you doing going out? Like, but I'm just like, you know what, whatever. It's like, especially I know some of my friends with like them being moms, it's like there's sometimes where you just get in the car, you go through drive through, you get your food. If it's right or wrong, whatever, you just need, like, you need those fries, you need the burger, you need the drink, you don't care. You go there, you get home, nobody knows normally. Normally. And so part of me's wondering if those ladies were just like, I were because one of the ladies even talked about how they haven't eaten all day, and I think she was trying to get to the point where they were hangry or whatever, and it's just like there's a difference with hangry and taking a weapon out and eliminating someone from the earth. And even with the end of the video, when the person who eliminated the person was on the phone with her family members, I believe, and her mother was just acting like, oh yeah, don't worry about it, we'll take care. She just eliminated somebody. It's a homicide. What are you talking about? Everything's gonna be taken care of. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What in the world? I couldn't believe it. I had to look, I rewound that like 2 or 3 times. And then even when the cop's response was just like, um, you know this is how, like, yeah, you're not just gonna be able to get a bond. I mean, this is like, he was trying to set her straight. Because, and the crazy part was, I don't think she still believed him. And she was just like, even if I have a lawyer, even if I have this, and what about this? And it was just like, you just found out this person was eliminated, and she hardly even reacted. One of the other sisters did. I saw her react a little bit. Like she was shocked that the person passed away, but I'm like, she shot her. Like, what do you think was going to happen? And that's why, like, especially with the person being 19, such a young person walking around with a weapon like that, trying to act like they are just full on adult. Like, yes, once you're 18, you're an adult, but you're still an adult in training. Walking around with a weapon like that, now you're going to be spending like all of your 20s and 30s and part of your 40s, like, yeah, in prison. And if they get your order wrong there, I mean, you're not like whatever. I mean, but she didn't even react at all. It's like she didn't even care. And this is all over like food. It's like all of us have had our order wrong at some point. And sometimes it's aggravating, sometimes it's upsetting, but it's like I know I'm like there is times where because yeah, I think I think I told you guys the Burger King story and the ableism that I went through. If I didn't, I will. And I'm going to tell you guys about the lift cuz I was going to wait like at first I was going to say it, but then I kept wondering, should I put out all of his information? And you know what? Yes, I will because he's an ableist. And like part of me just feels like once you prove to me that you're a bigot, I have the right to put out all of your information. I might not put his plate will probably be changed soon, so does that even matter? Does that even matter? I'll debate it. Cause yeah, I'm petty and still frustrated. But at the Burger King one, they messed up my order. And since I have a disability, I just like I'm still getting parts of my life together. So I'll talk more about that down the line. But I called them and let them know because it's like I'm looking at the receipt and I'm looking at the order, looking at the receipt, looking at the order. And I'm like, yes, they got it wrong. And when I called, she was just like, well, you can come up here and get it or whatever. And I'm just like, then why did I pay 15 to 20% tip? It's like, or why did I pay for delivery if I still have to get in my car and drive to pick up? And now by the time I pick it up, my food's gonna get cold. So like that, what are you gonna do about that? And I even mentioned that I have a disability. I just can't jump in a car. And she was like, well, that's not my problem. You don't sound disabled anyway. Yeah, this is Burger King. Yeah, Burger King. And so it's like, what did I do? I was shocked. I haven't eaten Burger King. Let's see. I know I haven't ordered, but it's like, oh, I think one of my family members, they were in a hurry one day and they picked it up. So I think like they picked up Burger King. So yeah, I ate it, but did I spend any money? Did I order? No, I have not. So yeah, I didn't want to lie and stuff. So that's why I was just like, oh yeah, there was one time. So, but yeah, will I order again? And it's like, cause yeah, they had some of my favorite fast food options, but at the same time, I cringe at how the woman treated me. And even I wrote Burger King and I told them they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. So then they lost more of my respect Because I know years ago when they used to mess up my order, I would go up there with my order and the receipt. And I remember a manager saying, well, you know what? Is like he made a copy of my receipt and he put it in a book. And he was like, okay, next time you come up here, you can get your order again fresh and we'll make sure it's right. Same location. So a lot of things changed over the years. Their customer service changed, or maybe it was since I was able bodied and able to go up there and look them in the face, look them in the eyes. And maybe once I mentioned disability, she was just like, I don't have to do anything for you. I don't care about you. But yeah, things are changing with customer service with fast food service. I can say that. Because even when I did and will do, secret shopping and stuff, I will never forget how there was one time, was it a McDonald's? It was one of the common fast food places where I had to secret shop. And who, babies? I remember the guy when I went up there, he basically said I had to give him my number if I want. Oh, yeah, it was McDonald's because I asked if I can have fresh fries. Yeah. And yeah, and I just remember I was just like, no, I'm not single. I think I was single, but I just didn't want to be like, I was just like, leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered. I just want to do the secret shop and go. And also, like that, no, I don't want to include that in my secret shop. So can you just leave me alone? And so yeah, he told me that. He was like, you don't get fresh fries if I don't get your number. Wow. Are we really doing this? Are we really doing this? But yeah, it's like all of us have had situations where our order hasn't been right, or maybe the customer service was terrible. But at the same time, some customers are absolutely horrid. Like they're terrible. I've witnessed it. So both sides of the charm. And then also, I hear, like, I know people who work fast food, and I know people who used to work fast food. And the stories they tell me about the staff and the managers and things are horrible. So I know we need to fix the culture of fast food and fix the pay rate of the fast food industry and all of America, period, because the things that the employees have to deal with and go through. But at the same time, maybe I think we need better training as well, and or like the way that we communicate so that we can get the orders correct and right. Because like even with drink orders, I kind of liked how some of the fast food places is like, I mean, you would have to go in, you can't go through drive through, but you were able to get your drink the way that you want it so that it can't be wrong. I love that. But I think some of the places changed it back to you not being able to have that power. And I think one reason because some people were stealing, which if you really gotta steal, so come on now. Come on now. But I'm just, we need to fix the communication in this part of our society, and especially with fast food and things and retail and things, because like we shouldn't be eliminating people over this. There is no like going to prison over a burger or fries or whatever. No. But it is what it is right now, but we need to fix what it is because it's a mixed problem. It is a mixed situation. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.